to Feed a Loon. I'm Chris.
And I'm Wesley.
My lucky Loon. You're
Yes.
very lucky today.
I'm lucky. Actually, you're the lucky one. You always win in Vegas.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're lucky today because you're getting to eat one of your favorite things in the world. Me too.
Yahoo!
It's Irish. Did you get that?
That's horrible.
Let's tell them what we're making. We're doing our shepherd's pie. Yay!
Now, is it really Irish?
No,
or is
it's
it
not.
English?
It's not. But everyone.
But every Irish pub in America
has it on.
a shepherd's
It's
pie.
the ubiquitous item on every Irish pub. So I think it's a fish. I think a lot of I shouldn't speak for Irish, but I think there are some Irish folks who feel that it's Irish,
Yes,
and
right.
it doesn't matter because we're filming this. St. Patty's Day is just around the corner,
Yes.
so any excuse to make something super delicious
Yes,
is
and
what
we can
we're
hear Chris talk with his Irish accent.
Well, let's see here. You
No, nope.
Yeah. No. Anyway, okay. So the Irish
Let's get into this.
shepherd's pie is really fabulous, and it's not really hard to make. And you can
No.
make there's two main components to it. There's the filling,
Yes.
which is so filling
The
and so
meat.
delicious, and then there's the mashed potatoes. So this
Yes.
back in the day, I believe this was a way that you could use up all of your leftovers.
Yeah,
So
right.
we're going very traditional, and we are cooking with ground lamb today.
Yay!
It's good. It's really delicious. Lamb is one of
It's
those
actually
things.
better for your cholesterol.
It is in moderation. You have
Yeah.
to.
You still have some saturated fat in there.
Right. But you also have the good fats too. So
Yes.
it is good. It's a good alternative to beef. If you want to go with beef, you certainly can do that ground hamburger. But then it's no longer shepherd's pie.
It's cottage pie.
Cottage pie, not cottage cheese pie. That would be good. But anyway, okay. So let's cut straight to what we did here.
Let's talk about these
Let's talk about your
wonderful
mashies.
mashed potatoes
Okay.
first. So we had about 5 russet potatoes.
Four
Idaho potatoes that we cut in half, and then we just quartered them so that when you boil them, they get done quicker.
And we peeled them first.
Yes, we peeled them first. Actually, you peeled them first.
Which is why he doesn't remember.
And then we put them into a pot of boiling water.
That had been salted.
Yes, for about 15, 20
20.
minutes. And then we drain them.
You just what we do is we do the sharp knife. It depends on how small you cut them.
Yes.
But get a sharp knife and just pierce it. And if it pierces easily, then it's ready.
To make sure it's done. Then we put them into this big bowl and added 6 tablespoons of butter, and then I think it was a teaspoon of salt, and then probably a 1/4 cup of milk. But you gauge your own milk because you don't want them too creamy because they're going to go on top of this wonderful mixture. If they're too creamy, it'll just soak right down into it.
He's saying how much you add.
Right.
And it wasn't actually milk. I like to go half and half.
Okay.
You could also do all heavy cream to make it really
Or
luxurious.
you can just use milk.
You could, but we used half and half.
Yeah, and then you just mash until you get to a consistency that you like.
Now,
Normally, if we were serving these by themselves on the side, we would have used our ricer, which actually makes them a lot more fluffier.
Fluffy
Yes.
but the other really important thing is that I don't know how salty you like and buttery you like your mashed potatoes, but we like them kind of salty.
Salty.
So taste before you proceed any further and
Yes.
add more salt if you want to.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay, thank you. Okay, now let's talk about this incredible filling.
Smells
It
so good.
So good. Okay, I'm just going to walk you through it. Again, you can do this in advance and then reheat it. So we started off, you want to get a nice large skillet like this. Got 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter that I've got over medium-high heat, and then just let that melt. Then we're going to add chopped onion. It's about a cup of chopped onion. We've got leeks. I use the white part of the big old leeks and just chop those roughly. And then we've got some carrots. I got about 2 medium-sized carrots. What I do is I throw them in my food processor and just give them a quick chop like that. However you want it, but you want them chopped. You add that into the butter, and then you let that cook until it starts to soften. It's going to be about 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, and then you're going to add 3 cloves of garlic. I actually said cloves of garlic, not just cloves.
Yes.
Cloves of garlic that I've minced, and just add that in and stir it till it gets nice and aromatic. It's about 30 seconds. Okay, and then it's time to add the lamb, the ground lamb. And so you can find ground lamb. Really, I found it just at our local supermarket. It's pretty easy to find nowadays. You could certainly find it at your local butcher. They would have it. And again, like I said, if you don't want to use lamb, you can really use any kind of ground meat that you want. Beef is another popular one. Breakfast sausage would be probably kind of weird. I would maybe avoid that. Okay.
Lamb, it always reminds me of the joke from My Big Fat Greek Wedding, where she says, "You don't eat meat? Oh, I'll make you lamb."
Yeah, I'm a vegetarian. Oh, I make you laugh. Okay, so
funny.
so anyway, and it is super delicious and flavorful. Okay, so then I added that, and it's just like ground beef. You just cook it until it's no longer pink. It's gonna render some fat, most likely. So I don't like to hold on to all of that grease. So I just tilt my skillet and get a big spoon and just fish it all out until it's mostly all gone. You can leave a little bit in there for flavor. Okay, and then we're going to add a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of ground black pepper to that, and stir that until it's well incorporated. Now we're going to add some thickening agents. We're going to add a quarter cup of all-purpose flour, and then a tablespoon, a good heaping tablespoon of tomato paste.
Yeah.
And just stir that around until it gets really fully incorporated into the meat. And now we're going to add the liquid. We're going to add a cup of beef broth or beef stock. And then we added a tablespoon of Worcestershire, because why not Worcestershire? And then Worcestershire. And then some fresh herbs. I love to go with a teaspoon of fresh rosemary and a teaspoon of fresh thyme. And then what's going to make it all warm and cozy is ground nutmeg. About a quarter teaspoon of ground nutmeg.
So good.
And then you just let that basically, come to a nice simmer. And let
the broth cook down a bit.
Yeah, let it kind of cook down. And then now we've got these are just some frozen sweet peas. I usually do about a quarter of a cup. If you love tons of peas, and this is a frozen sweet corn, if you like a ton, then add more than that. But
look at that! I love the color.
And it's so beautiful on top of everything else. It's so pretty. Let's add a little more.
Throw a little more in there.
Let's do it. There's never too much peas or corn. Okay, now, and that's all there is to it, folks.
Yes.
And so now what we've got right here, you need a baking dish. This is 2 1/4 quarts size, which basically means a 9 by 13. It's probably going to be a little too big, but 11.
It's pretty it's a nice vessel for the shepherd's pie.
It really, really is a great vessel. Okay, that is so beautiful. Now that's our base. That's our filling.
Here, spread it out a little bit there.
Okay,
Mr. Man, so I can get my mashed potatoes on top.
Doesn't that look so great? It's just so festive, and the smell is pretty much. Oh, sorry.
And now we're going to add the mashed potatoes. I like to do them in little clumps or all around, so then you can connect them.
Okay, now we may be eating this today. By the time he's finished, it may be St. Patty's Day next year.
Come on, you can spread while I.
Okay, all right. So it's kind of like putting meringue on top of a pie.
Yeah.
You just kind of want to make little wisps with it. Wesley is very good at making wisps.
I'm a whisper.
You're a whisperer.
There we go.
Okay, that is beautiful.
Yeah, now just spread that all around.
And
there we go.
Oh, that is nice. So I've got my oven preheated to. We could have probably used a little more potatoes.
Oh, I think
these were not giant potatoes that I was going with. So that's why I say go anywhere from.
My
3 to
fingers
4.
are clean.
Yeah, they're clean.
See now.
I know I did that.
Chris.
It's okay. It's okay. It's going to get bubbly. It's going to be beautiful.
My piece of art.
So, like I said, I've got the oven set at 375 degrees, and this is only going to bake for 30 minutes. Now, while he's fixing that, what you may want to do, you want to get those little wisps kind of nice and like charred and even browned on top. So what I do is I take it out, let it sit for about 10 minutes to let the juices kind of just regroup themselves, and then stick it under the broiler for just a very short amount of time just to get those tops, just like meringue pie, browned, and then it's eating time.
Yes.
That looks good. That looks good.
All right, I'm trying to wisp.
Well, you're
Yes. Okay. There we go.
whisperer.
There's a whisper.
Okay. You did good.
Except for that little area.
That's
over
okay.
there.
It'll still be beautiful. All right. Let's put her in. Yay! I am so happy.
That looks great.
The shepherd has come home, and he brought pie.
It's about some pie.
Okay, so this is so
love
beautiful.
it.
I'm so excited. So this, the smell is just crazy good.
Good.
So like I said, this just baked for 30 minutes. You'll see, I love how it bakes the juices from the filling kind of make this really beautiful perimeter on the side of it. It's really pretty. And then what I did, like I said, I like it just like those wisps to get kind of nice and brown. So I just turned on my broiler on high and watched it closely. And after maybe 2 minutes, it just got like this. It was beautiful. Then we took it out of the oven and it
Let it
needs
sit
to
for a little bit.
Needs to sit, let those juices kind of find themselves getting comfortable. And then I've got some, now normally I would put on some chopped parsley on here to give it really pretty good. But I happened to find some 4-leaf clovers that I chopped.
You're so full of it.
It's the lucky day. Okay, so now we're going to dig right in. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. The only thing that we're missing is Guinness beer, some Irish, maybe some Irish whiskey.
Oh, that looks gorgeous. Oh, awesome.
Gosh,
Yes.
let me tell you. Okay, that's
plenty. Oh
my golly.
wow,
gee
that
willikers.
looks great.
Isn't that just a,
Yes.
it's just so, I mean, talk about
Turn
meat,
that around so people can see the inside.
meat and potatoes.
It's hot.
It is hot. What am I doing? Oh, I'm
Just
turning-
turn around. I want people to see.
Yeah.
See the inside.
That is just beautiful, and it's just that
There we
is
go.
such a classic
So good
dish. It's
looking.
just so good, and like I
love it.
said, it's all in one. You got your meat and potatoes right there.
All right, y'all, look at this. There it is. There it is. Mmm.
Potatoes, I love it. They get kind of crispy on top.
Yes,
Yeah.
they did. See, look at that.
That is beautiful.
There.
Yeah, you did a good job on the old spoons there, Loon.
Thank you.
It's not your first time to the mashed
No.
potato rodeo.
No. All right, I'm going in.
Oh boy.
It's a little hot.
Yeah, it is. It's all right. You're tough. It's comfort
It's one of my
food.
favorites. It is so good.
I know, and we typically only have it at around St. Patty's Day, so
Yeah.
we don't have it that often.
No.
And every time, like, why did we not make this every other day? Isn't there something about having the potatoes and the meat
Yeah,
all
you know,
there
and I
together?
love the lamb. The lamb gives
good.
it kind of like that. I don't want to say earthy.
Yeah.
But
Or
it's-
gamey. Some
yeah,
people say
not
gamey, but it's
it's got a nice quality to it, and it
this-
goes perfectly with those mashed potatoes.
I think so too.
Make sure you add enough salt to those mashed potatoes.
Yeah. You don't want to. Well, you can always salt at the table.
Yes, but this is so good.
Oh, I am salivating.
Yes, and all the vegetables that you throw in there too.
I know, and the
and a
little-
little nutmeg.
Hinted nutmeg. That goes really good. Goes well with the lamb.
Yes. Now this. I was gonna try and say it with an Irish accent. I can't.
It'll just come across.
This is 100% Loon approved.
Yay! I was.
This is 100% Loon.
Okay. Yeah. Stop while you're ahead.
Forget it.
Oh my gosh, you're better at Irish, dancing. Yeah, but don't do that either. Okay, I'm gonna eat.
Eat some. Isn't it delicious? It's so filling too.
Oh yes.
That's the great thing about this. It's so filling.
Well, and it's just so. I mean, we're always doing comfort food, but this is the ultimate. This is so.
I'm almost done with mine.
I know. I noticed
Because we're
that.
starving, of course.
I know.
Wow. Now
this
you
is
can get
really-
this recipe on howtofeedaloon.com.
And you can get a lot of other really good St. Patty Day favorites. We've got Irish soda bread, we've got corned beef, so many great ones. Check them out. Go to our social media, like us, share us, do all that stuff. Wear something green.
Yeah, so you don't get pinched.
That's right. You don't want to be pinched, and hug each other safely from a distance.
Yes.
And know that we love you so much. And happy
Totally.
St. Patrick's Day,
Happy St.
everybody.
Patty's Day.
Yay.
Mix up shepherd pie.
This is good. Hey, everybody.
Hi guys! Now if you want to be a part of the Loon fun, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to hit that little bell icon so you won't miss a single recipe.
That's right. Oh, and speaking of recipes, if you want another amazing recipe like
Yeah.
this, then just click right here.
Yeah, click!
Click!
Subscribe!
It's so much fun.